Merry Christmas, everybody. I think I don't think anybody is here, and that is probably ideal. So if you are watching this after the fact, and you're like, "Oh, I'm sorry I didn't make it," no, being with your family, or just enjoying solo Christmas, whatever you're doing, and if you don't celebrate Christmas, just having an enjoyable Sunday afternoon, also very acceptable. So yeah, welcome to anybody who happens to be here. I didn't want to miss a week. Actually, okay, if I'm being honest, I'm here for two reasons. One, because I didn't want to miss a scheduled Sunday afternoon live stream. But also, this is going to be my video for the day, the 90 Days of Mayhem, which is just about over. I mean, we're getting really close to the end of the 90 Days of Mayhem. But this is today's video. So I also, self-serving a little bit. This is my gift to myself. Live stream and then don't make, edit, and upload another video. Anyway, I hope everybody's having a wonderful Christmas. We are having a good Christmas here, the Powers family. I'm trying really hard to fake it right now, but I have a splitting headache. I've had a horrible headache all day, but it hasn't stopped us from having an enjoyable Christmas. Let's see I got some amazingly well thought out gifts. Hold on, people are messaging me a lot. Let me mute that. There, okay, they can still message. We just don't get bleep bleep bleep. The gifts this year have been incredibly well thought out. I'm just blown away by everybody's insightful gift giving because, like I've said before, I'm remarkably difficult to buy for. But just a couple things. I just grabbed a couple things on the way up. I thought this was kind of cool. That's right. Yeah, I am. I hope to be. Also, we've been talking about gaming a lot on this channel recently, mainly because it's kind of low effort and I've been lazy the past week or so. But I talked about emulating console games on the computer, and not having a USB controller to be able to play those games makes it kind of difficult to do emulation on the computer. That's why I use an external device or something like that. My daughter, who was actually on the live stream when I was testing stuff out last week, her and her fiance jumped on the live stream. When I was at GameStop with her, like last week sometime, I actually almost bought this, and I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna buy that for myself. And so I put it back, and she went back later, and they bought it. It's a Nintendo Switch controller, but it's wired, and it plugs in via USB. And there is a Linux kernel module for Nintendo controller, so I'm very excited to see how this works doing emulation. And it's the kind of controller, it's a Switch controller, but I think it's going to be generic enough in its button layout and stuff that it will be a great controller for lots of different consoles. So I'm going to see how that goes. I'm excited about that. What else did I get? I got a coffee grinder. I have a coffee grinder that's not great, right? It's a Mr. Coffee. It does okay, but it's not a consistent grind. Like some of it's really powdery and then some of it's chunky. And in general, I buy pre-ground coffee, which is kind of a sin, it feels like. But I buy pre-ground coffee because at least then it's consistent. And one of my, actually the same daughter and her fiance, they got this for me, did research and bought me a Baratza Encore conical burr grinder, which has been on my list of exact models that I want for a long time. And they didn't know it was on my list. That was, they independently looked up what would be a really good coffee grinder, and they picked the exact model that I've been wanting for a long time, but couldn't justify getting for myself. So I'm just blown away. So that was just incredible. I got an incredibly nice warm robe. This time of year, we live in an old house, and it's kind of drafty, especially near the windows. And I'm usually cold, and so it was a super nice It's a super nice robe that they gave me. I'm not wearing it now because our house is pretty warm with all the people in it. Plus, I'm wearing a Garfield sweater for Christmas. This is not a gift. This is just a sweater that I have. And it's hard to find an occasion that you can wear a giant Garfield on your chest and people don't like give you the weird look. So anyway, so I'm not wearing the robe right now. And then I got, it's going to go, oh, actually, I guess it's, let me move the camera a little bit. There. I don't know how it got turned. But see that, that's a light up sign that I bought. And I just, boy, it's hard for me to do this backwards. That is like a light up sign, like a marquee sign. Hi, Caroline. Somebody's here. It's great to see you. Anyway, I've never used that sign, and I decided that I probably just won't, right? I just like changed my mind, but I didn't have anything to go in that spot. And so she got me a light up Yoshi's egg little lamp. And so it's going to be perfect right underneath Mr. Rogers. Boy, I'm really having trouble pointing backwards behind myself. So yes, probably going to go here, or maybe I'll like rearrange some of the other stuff back there. But anyway, it's going to be behind me. And I got some shelving for my office from my daughter. And then I got some truff hot sauce, which I'm super excited about. It's good. It's made with black truffle oil. What else? Oh, I got a hot sauce making kit. Like literally it comes with bottles and like a funnel and a whole bunch of ingredients, and you make your own hot sauce. It's like incredibly well thought out gifts that, yeah, I'm just blown away. It's great. And I got some books and I got just all kinds of stuff. It's been a great Christmas, and I think everybody's happy with the stuff that they got. And we're gonna make pizza later. And oh, I got a pizza stone. It's like a super nice pizza stone and a pizza peel, which is pizza peel is just a big spatula, like those giant, big, flat, long-handled spatulas. It's called a pizza peel. So I got that, which is convenient because we're having homemade pizza for dinner. I haven't broken it to my family though. I got like the pizza crust pre-made and stuff for a square pizza pan, so probably not actually going to be able to use the pizza stone and pizza peel tonight. They're going to be sad about that, but that's okay. It's still going to be amazing. Dwayne, hello. Virtual chocolate chip cookies. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. And virtual, low on calories as well. And yes, Caroline, it's great to see you. And I hope everybody's having a Merry Christmas or a wonderful Sunday. If you're not a Christmas partaker, person who partakes of Christmas, celebrates Christmas. I don't know. Everybody can celebrate a Sunday afternoon though. Oh, let's see what else is happening. Not a whole lot. Doing an awesome new ornament with our grandkids. Oh, nice. Wow. That sounds incredibly awesome. I think we got somebody whiskey glasses, but I didn't see them open them. Although my head hurts so bad today that I missed a lot. But the family's been great. I stayed in bed a little bit longer than planned, and my kids, now when I say kids, I mean they're all adults now. They like made breakfast, cinnamon rolls in the oven, put on coffee. It was just so sweet. It was everybody did such a really nice job of stepping up. And I'm trying to think what else is going on today. I guess that's it. All my kids are home right now. Ham and sweet. Yeah, so I do kind of miss like spiral cut honey glazed ham. I'm a vegetarian now, but for the past, I don't know, I want to say 5, 6, 7 years, we have had a tradition of making homemade pizza on Christmas, and the quote unquote dad pizza, which is, I'll have to explain it now, right? It's pizza crust and sauce and mozzarella cheese, but then spinach and sliced mushrooms and red peppers, like red bell peppers, diced up, and balsamic glaze drizzled over it, baked with the glaze on it. And it's called dad pizza in our house. And it is, I'm not going to lie, it is amazing. We're also going to make some buffalo chicken pizza, I think was a request. And then just a cheese and mushroom pizza, another request. Oh, and a barbecue chicken pizza. We're going to do barbecue chicken pizza two ways. One with real chicken, like we have some meat eaters that are visiting. So we got some pre-shredded like rotisserie chicken stuff. And then we also got some fake chicken meat. And so we'll make one there because I actually like that kind of stuff on pizza as well. So anyway, dear friend had shoulder surgery on Thursday. Oh, that is actually really, really awesome. Helping somebody on Christmas is very cool. Yeah, trying to. Everybody is here. My eldest, they stayed the night at her husband's house. No, her husband's parents' house last night, and then did Christmas in the morning, and then they came a little later, and so we had our Christmas with our family a little later in the. I guess it was around noon when we started. Noon, yeah, around noon, 12:30, something like that, and so we have all of our kids, and the two with significant others are here, and then Dragon, my granddaughter, is here. So yeah, it's a pretty awesome night. Oh yeah, yeah. The pizza is pretty great. I don't know that I'm great at making pizza, so I do not wish to be involved in a pizza competition unless I'm part of the judging crew, like the eating part. That I'm confident in. But actually making it, I just do my best. I don't know, but I have to admit, with the new pizza stone, like it's a pretty wide pizza stone. It's like 20 inches wide, so it'll go in the oven, and you just crank the oven up as high as it'll go, to make it more like a real pizza oven. And it takes like a half an hour or an hour to get that stone hot. I actually have to get an infrared temperature probe, like remote thing, just to see when it's hot enough. I don't have one of those yet, but anyway, I'm gonna have to make my own dough, right? Because it just I mean, you have a pizza peel, a pizza stone, you just got to make your own crust, right? So I'm going to try to do that. I think that'll probably be like some of the between the holidays week, like between now and a week from now, is that between Christmas and New Year's week. I'll probably try to make pizza maybe every day. We'll see how it goes. Oh, back surgery 2 weeks ago. Yeah, Dwayne did that. Everything's still going well there. I mean, I remember that she was having surgery. Hopefully, everything is healing as it should, and things are going well. Back surgery is scary stuff. Ooh. I mean, generally life changing in a good way, but also terrifying in the moment, sort of thing. So, anyway, a friend of ours had back surgery, actually multiple back surgeries, and every time it's like those first couple days, you're like, okay, I mean, I know the pain and the lack of mobility is from swelling and stuff, but you just hope when the swelling goes down, it's like healed and not like, oh, now we've made things worse. So anyway, I hope everything's going really well there. That was horrible. You're like, I know people who it just goes sideways. That is not what I meant at all. So sorry if I'm not being sensitive there, Dwayne, but hopefully everything's going well. And let's say all the puppies are here. Oh, because my eldest went to her husband's mom's house last night, we got to babysit their puppy. Because when they got their puppy, they lived here, so their puppy lived with us for a long time, and is kind of a reactive dog. They're getting better as they get older, but they were COVID puppies and of a breed that tends to be kind of reactive anyway. But it was nice because she got to stay the night with us, and so she slept in our bed. We just got our grandpuppy with us. It was pretty sweet overnight. Dwayne's still doing well. Good residual pain. Good. Yeah, I'm glad things are going well. I'm so sorry. I forgot to follow up because I remember you were talking about it at the live stream probably 2 weeks ago. And yeah, so I'm glad that's going well. Hopefully, Caroline, hopefully your friend's shoulder is going well too. It's been a couple days, so probably it's either, again, shoulder surgery is funny. My brother-in-law has had shoulder surgery, the same shoulder multiple times. He's a collegiate athlete, volleyball player. He's not now. But when he was in college, he played, and think actually did really well. He was a setter, but then they also serve. The setter serves too. And men's collegiate volleyball is just intense. Anyway, he tore muscles in his shoulder multiple times and had to have multiple surgeries. I always worry about him, but the surgeries are weird because it's like you don't, same thing where it's like horribly, miserably painful and you hope that it like took, like they attached the things properly. I mean, so far every surgery has been a success, but it's not perfect. Like there are some surgeries, this is not the direction I expected this live stream to go. But like if you're a baseball fan, you watch a lot of professional baseball, first of all, that's a sport where you can multitask because it's a slow moving sport. But Tommy John surgery is one of those surgeries where like in your elbow something tears or something isn't quite right. I'm not a doctor, but a lot of pitchers have to have Tommy John surgery. And the funny thing about it is after the surgery, they tend to have like a stronger pitch. I mean, it takes a long time they're out for a year, and then it like takes, I think, another year for physical therapy to build back up to the point where they can pitch at those ridiculous speeds. But generally, after a pitcher has had Tommy John surgery, they're better. Their fastball is faster. It's just crazy. But yeah, not a lot of surgeries are like that, where it's like after the surgery, it's better than it was before. No, we're pretty well designed to be as good as we get out of the box. So there's not a whole lot of like, what was the $6 million? Is that the man? $6 million man? Yeah, didn't age well. $6 million probably couldn't do what it did back then. Anyway, there's not a lot of those. Normally, surgery is like get back to a place not quite as good as it was before. But for some reason, Tommy John surgery is like, oh yeah, it's better than ever. In fact, there was talk for a while where people were going to have, like healthy people were talking about having, like up and coming pitchers were talking about having Tommy John surgery when they were perfectly healthy, just because of the edge it would give them after it healed, which is just ridiculous. And doctors wouldn't approve it, obviously, because it's just so invasive and such a serious surgery. Anyway, but I digress. $6 billion man today. That's about it, right? So anyway, we ventured into surgery on Christmas, but I guess that makes sense because people have recently had surgery and healing. That's what we're hoping for. I have making pizza tonight. We have no real plans between now and next year. Those jokes are fun. In fact, yeah, this is going to be the last live stream of the year because next Sunday is the new year. But yeah, I'll do a live stream on next Sunday as well. Trying to think what else we could even talk about. But yeah, right. I mean, I guess I understand if you are an up and coming pitcher and you want the the MLB to consider getting you on a minor league team so you can work your way up to the majors or whatever, that you want to have every edge you can get, but having surgery on a healthy elbow, it just doesn't seem right. But again, it's one of those weird surgeries that a lot of times, I'm sure not every time, I mean, surgeries all have risks. Sometimes they don't go well, but for some reason after the fact, they tend to have a better pitch than they did before. And I just don't get it. I'm not a doctor. I don't understand the specifics. Donna wants to know how long we're streaming for. I'm going to say not too long. Just catching up with some friends. Yeah, I don't plan on having any surgeries that I don't need. And hopefully I don't need any surgeries. Nice, well-rounded thing. Although now we do have health insurance, at least. Not great health insurance, but, we have health insurance, so that's good. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't have any oral surgery anymore. I had a horrible time with my wisdom teeth. Oh my gosh. The dentist took them out, but halfway through he's like, I shouldn't have taken this on. I should have sent you to an oral surgeon because my roots had like curled around the bone. And so he had to like remove a bunch of my jawbone, but then it wouldn't heal. Would not heal. I mean, I started with dry sockets on both bottom, which hurts anyway, but that was like the least of the problems because then the bone was exposed. Like the incisions in my gums, even though they were stitched shut, they wouldn't close, and bone was exposed. And so he kept taking these nippers. They were literally like looked like tools that, for like wire cutting or something. And he would put it on there and like literally nip off pieces of my jawbone. and then my gums would recede away from it. And so like, then like 3 or 4 days later, I'd have to come back and he'd nip off more of my jawbone, hoping that the gums would then it was the worst thing ever. And then a piece of bone was sticking through and I literally broke it off with a fork, which sounds as ridiculous as it is. It's just terrible. Anyway, how's that for a lovely Christmas story? The day Shawn broke a piece of his jawbone off with a fork. Yeah. Let's see. On the nerdy front, my new Linux desktop. Ooh, home from a 2 terabyte SATA hard drive. Nice. That is awesome. And yeah, successfully moving that kind of data can be scary. Hopefully you had a backup before the process was started, which is always good anyway. But yeah, and the successful move, that's awesome. Good job. Congrats on that. Oh yeah, I did have my appendix out when I was younger too. Yeah, that's not good. Is it funny? So knee surgeries and hip surgeries, you would think that knee surgeries would be far less traumatic or long to heal than hip surgeries, but for some reason hips heal so much quicker. Like you're back on your feet and going. Like, I mean, not without pain and, without, rehab, but I mean, much quicker than a knee surgery. Knee surgery like takes forever to heal from, and the physical therapy is so much more intense, and it just seems backwards to me. But anyway. Samples and tests. Merry Christmas to you as well. Mason, Merry Christmas. Happy Christmas. Yes, it's good to see everybody. Break teeth on strawberry seeds and pita chips. Oof. That's tough. So these 2 teeth, probably can't really see them good, but they're kind of like overlap now. Like they used to be like this. Now they're kind of like this. And it's not because I don't have, room in my mouth. It's because I was literally eating frozen yogurt. I don't know how I managed to do this, but somehow my teeth just like, I don't know what I did, but like a tooth got stuck on my top tooth or side tooth or something. And I almost broke my bottom tooth off. We were on vacation and it was like loose and it hurt just so bad. And then it eventually it like kind of went sideways and never lined up again. And they said I like tore ligaments probably. Like I talked to the dentist afterwards and I'll have to get like Invisalign braces if I want it lined back up. But yeah, it was so painful. I just, oh my gosh, I just remembering it was just horrible. And it felt like it cracked, but I think it was just ripped, like the ligaments or whatever. So yeah, unpleasant. Yeah, Mason, no, it's all right. It's Christmas. We are totally lax on participation grades today. So I'm glad that you joined it all. And yeah, strawberry seeds and pita chips. That's an impressive way to, although I have to admit, Twizzler chip tooth, that's right up there with strawberry seeds and pita chips, I gotta say. Chopped a tooth getting a bulb out of my car last year. Or chipped, I assume, but I don't think that you're properly removing lights from your car. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not a professional mechanic either, but I think if you chipped a tooth getting a bulb out of your car, then you are removing the bulb from your car improperly. Too scared of the dentist to go to the fix. So my wife always grew up very, very scared of the dentist. And I mean, it's for kind of a sad reason. When she was young, she was on welfare, and there are now most dentists just don't accept welfare insurance. But back then, if you went to a dentist who did accept welfare insurance, they would often treat welfare people less professionally. And he was just mean to my wife when she was a kid. I mean, that just, it still makes me angry. But anyway, so that was her experience with dentists when she was young. And so then as an adult, she would avoid going for years and she just didn't want to go. We eventually found a dentist who's since retired. And, he would prescribe Valium for her in advance. And he was so kind and so nice that, managed to get her comfortable going to the dentist again and got a lot of dental work done. And now my kids aren't as afraid of the dentist, but for a significant part of their life, she was still terrified to go. And so it was tough for her to convince them to go when she was too afraid to go too. So anyway, long story short, we found a dentist who has since retired, but our new dentist is pretty kind as well. And so they all go. But yeah, I've had really good luck with my teeth, apparently genetically speaking. So like I don't have a ton of problems with my teeth, but still, yeah, still generally getting things taken care of sooner than later is better. But yeah, ugh. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Wouldn't come out of the socket. I thought it'd be clever to do it with my teeth. I mean, I got what bulb? I really got to know now. I mean, there's not a bulb in a car that I don't have just quite a funny picture of somebody like trying. I mean, it doesn't matter what bulb. It seems funny to me that somebody would pull it out with their teeth. So I mean, good on you for that, Mason. I mean, that's eating it, just trying to pull out the connector. I don't know that a person would be able to tell the difference in real time watching it happen there. So you can tell people whatever you want, but we all assume that you were curious what a light bulb tasted like. So yeah, dentophobia is a big thing. It is. It really is. There's a lot of people who are afraid of the dentist to the point where they just won't go, and it's sad. But yeah, I get it. Also, it doesn't help that dentists are one of those things where here in the U.S., even if you have healthcare in the U.S., it's not covered. And I think I've had this talk with friends from across the pond as well. I think it's a separate thing at least in the UK as well, like dental versus medical. But there's like dental, medical, and optical. All three are different, which is just so strange. I mean, it's all our body parts, right? So that's weird. And I think if I had to say, I think that it's a class issue where people don't need healthy teeth to do manual labor. So dental care was for the privileged, and I won't go too far down that hole. But anyway, fella like a knocked. Oh yeah, that would do it. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Without years of braces. I mean, I guess that's way to put a silver lining on a turd cloud there, because that's not the ideal way to get your teeth straightened. Let's see. Front bulb comes out. Okay. All right. Hey man, no judgment. I mean, well, okay, no judgment might not be fair. It is a funny story though, that you were taking a bulb out of your car and chipped a tooth. Yeah. I could scroll up. Did you ever get that fixed, or is that one of the things where you haven't gotten it fixed yet? Because you should get that fixed. Chipped tooth is no fun. Linux guy. Merry Christmas to you as well. Good to see you here. My friend was going to school of dental hygiene. Oh. Yes. That's funny. I mean, yeah, my friends are, we had it's not exactly a direct relationship. My wife worked with a woman at the school whose husband was a surgeon, and my youngest cut her finger or thumb. I don't remember what she was doing. And we were trying to find a hospital that accepted our insurance. Again, apparently I talk about American healthcare a lot, but, so because he was a surgeon and she knew, and he knew all the doctors in the area, my wife called her coworker and said, do they take walk-ins at this place because our insurance supposedly covers it? And the friend said, oh my goodness. Oh, just stop. Just come over. And we're like, what? She said, just come over to our house. And so we literally drove to their house. And by the time we had gotten there, he had all of his medical tools at home, and they had a big pot of boiling water. They were sterilizing all the things. And when we got there, my daughter sit down literally at their kitchen table with paper towel things that they, all, doctor stuff. And he had a shot of like the numbing stuff, and he numbed her up and sewed her up. And the whole time was telling the story that the reason they have all of that equipment at their house, because that's a weird thing for people to have at their house, right? I mean, even if you're a doctor, that seems an odd thing to have, especially the injection of like lidocaine or whatever it is they put into a little cut when they're doing that. He said, but when my kids were younger, one of them, I don't remember what happened, but there was a cut, right? He said, and so we took him into my office at the hospital and I sewed him up because, I mean, it was after hours or whatever, but we just went in there and that's where all my stuff was, in my office. But because it happened in his office inside the hospital and he had like check in and stuff, I don't know how they found all the details out, but he got a bill in the mail from the hospital for sewing up his son's injury on his own time in his own office. And so it was like, we are never doing that again. And so then they had a whole bunch of stuff like in their house for this exact sort of thing. But it was just incredibly sweet. She just said, oh, stop. Oh, just come here. And so, yeah, we just drove to their house and he stitched her up and it was just really sweet. So I don't know how we got there, but yeah, that's Lizzie's first stitches story. her guidance counselor's husband stitched her up. And their kids were all in medical school, which makes sense, right? I mean, your dad's a doctor. Chances are you might be too. And so it was like a learning experience because they all gathered around while he was doing it and like explained. And so it was like a teaching moment for his kids and a learning moment for us. It was just really cool. So anyway, yeah, that's the story. The car fix, not the tooth though. Okay, yeah. Okay, then I'll stop picking on you about it. Hopefully you can get that tooth fixed soon because, yeah, chip teeth are no fun, right? I mean, they're sharp and then, depending on how bad and where they're chipped, they can definitely get decay going. So I don't want that. But, yeah, liquid stitches, that's actually a really good tip too. Yeah. Super glue is non-toxic. And, I mean, that's, in the field, a lot of times that's the way to go. You'd literally just super glue something shut. Get it to stop bleeding enough so you can get super glue in there and it'll super glue it shut. And then as it heals, it'll, the super glue falls off. So yeah, that is a good tip, but we weren't there, right? That's not where we were. I was not going to be the dad who, with a crying daughter who had just gotten a cut bad enough that needed stitches, or at least attention. Wasn't going to super glue her up. So it worked out really well. But yeah, anyway, I suppose I should probably get going. I don't know what time. It's 3:30 here. They shouldn't be ready for dinner, but maybe that's what they're hoping for. We can start making some pizza. I have to break it to them that we're not going to be able to use my fancy pizza stone and pizza peel yet today. That'll be later this week. But, anyway, I hope that everybody enjoys the rest of their Christmas and the week between now. I mean, the nice thing is, it's the New Year for well, maybe it's not true because there's like the Chinese New Year. In China, do they still celebrate the Gregorian calendar New Year? I don't know how that works. I don't know if yeah, I guess I don't know. Maybe it's not the New Year for everybody. Holidays are complicated. Anyway, yeah, Merry Christmas. And have a wonderful week. And I will be back. I'm still going to do a video every day this week up until the end of the year. That'll be the end of the 90 Days of Mayhem. And the next Sunday, it'll be a live stream that won't be part of the 90. It'd be like day 91. So anyway, I'm going to go and I've gotten a couple messages. I muted it, but I've gotten a couple messages saying, so we would like to do stuff. So I don't know what we're going to do. So I'm going to go. Again, have a great day, everybody. And I hope that your Christmas is as peaceful and friendly as mine is. And also, I hope your head doesn't hurt half as bad as mine does. So anyway, have a wonderful day. And this is still the awkward part of the show where now I try to remember how to stop the stream. So yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it.